Shout out to Alana B for sending me this story. And today we're going to be talking again about hypocrisy. You know, hypocrisy seems to be a growing theme this year. As a matter of fact, it's been an ever-growing theme for the last few years, maybe for the last decade. So in this picture, you see Ryan Christensen. Many of you probably wouldn't know who he is. I didn't know who he was until I pulled it up. He's basically the bench coach for the Oakland A's, which is a baseball team. And during what I believe to be the national anthem being played, and I could be wrong, he threw up the Nazi salute, as you can see right here in this picture. Now, you know who I have not heard from make a big noise or a big fuss about this? A certain community that begins with the letter J. And like Alana B said in the body of her email, they came after and heavy hard on Nick Cannon for what he did. Or what they took as offensive from him. He even trended on Twitter for a while because of it. And you go through the comments and they were telling, oh, he's a racist, he's anti-Semitic, and all this type of stuff. I haven't seen Ryan Christensen trend not one time since this happened. And this occurred on August the 7th. It is now August the 8th that I'm recording this video. Of course, by the time it goes up, it'll be a few days later, and I bet you they still wouldn't have talked about him. And we know why that is. Because they can get away with that. They're very selective in who they go after. Remember, they did a whole article where they were saying the rise of black celebrities and anti-Semitism, or anti-Semitic black celebrities, and they put up pictures of 4 black guys. I know it was Diddy, Ice Cube, of course, Farrakhan, and Nick Cannon. If you even just mention the name Farrakhan and you're a black person, they'll automatically give you that label. But this guy gives a whole Nazi salute during the national anthem, and they didn't make a peep. I did not one time see him trend on Twitter or them go in on him. I could be wrong, but I didn't see it. Not like I saw with Nick Cannon anyway, because they have to do their best to try to put out there that we are the most quote-unquote anti-Semitic people. They have to. But this guy gave a whole Nazi salute. On television, by the way. And it was caught. And what did he come out and say? That it was a mistake. Now, he could say it was a mistake and all will be forgiven. Meanwhile, people like Nick Cannon has to apologize, go on a dog and pony show, do circus seal trips by balancing a ball on his nose, write book reports, throw his community under the bus, throw Farrakhan under the bus, and quote unquote donate his masked singer check to the Simon Wiesenthal group and a whole bunch of other things, and he's still going. Like I've always, when I told people when I was talking about that, they're not going to let him live that one down. They're going to stay on him until they are done with him, until they are ready to move on, whenever that is. And even after they quote unquote move on, they're going to stay on him and make sure that they don't forget what he said. You know, this is the same people that says never forget, never forget, never forgive, and never forget. They mean that. I'll give them that. They mean that. They are not going to forget what he's allegedly said, and they're not going to forgive it either. So they're going to hover over him like a helicopter for the rest of his life. And even through death. That's why they mad with Farrakhan, because they know they can't break him. They're not gonna make him bend the knee. That's why they're so mad, and that's why they get upset when anyone is associated with him or mentions his name, because he's the one that they can't break. And they mad that he still has a following, because you know, if you speak against them, you're not supposed to have a massive following. But they can speak ill and do whatever it is like this guy did, and nothing will be, he won't be scrutinized, at least not heavily. They'll make sure that that they put it out there. It's out there for a little bit, maybe a day or two, and then they'll do whatever they can to scrub it and have it be forgotten. I bet you he doesn't have to donate his check like Nick Cannon did. I bet you he doesn't have to go on an apology tour. All he said, it was a mistake. For all we know, that's all he will say. And he probably didn't have to quote unquote apologize. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see if I'm wrong. A coach for the Oakland A's is taking heat after making what appeared to be a Nazi salute on Thursday after a 6-4 victory. So it was when they won the game. I thought it was during the national anthem. My mistake. Now that's a mistake. Me misinterpreting when he actually did the salute, not what he did. That wasn't a mistake. He meant that. As the game ended, bench coach Ryan Christensen was congratulating each player and briefly raised his right arm in familiar salute before pitcher Liam Hendriks appeared to nudge his arm down as he passed by. Christensen then turned around and quickly made the gesture again. Other coaches in the lineup greeted players with a forearm bump. Now here's the thing. He did it twice. At that point, it's no longer a mistake. He meant to do that. I believe he meant to do it the first time. You don't just throw something up like that's like black people. If they was to throw up the black power fist, we're not doing that by mistake. We're doing it because we meant it. That evening, after a video of the salute made the rounds on social media, Christensen and the A's together released a statement apologizing for the incident. I made a mistake and I will not deny it. The coach said, today in the dugout, I greeted players with a gesture that was offensive. Christensen, who advises the team manager on in-game decisions, explained in his statement that he started using a forearm chop to minimize exposure to his teammates during the pandemic and inadvertently made the Nazi salute. See the excuses they already made for this guy? Let me continue. What I did was unacceptable and I deeply apologize. And it's part of the statement. The A said, we do not support or condone this gesture or the racist sentiment behind it. Temple Beth Abraham's Rabbi Mark Bloom, a fan of both the A's and the Giants, told Jay that he accepts Christensen's apology. This was a coach not understanding what he was doing. Did y'all hear that? Look at how fast he accepted his apology. And then went on to say, this was a coach not understanding what he was doing. But when Nick Cannon said what he said, oh, he knew what he was saying. We need to take everything away from him. We need to take his check. We need to take his job. We need to make sure he's not working on television. We need to do this. We need to do that. We're going to make him write book reports. We're going to make him tap dance. We're going to make him jump when we say jump and leap when we say leap. Notice the difference here. And this guy did a Nazi salute not once but twice. That's why we cannot take them seriously. Because the outrage is very selective with them. Bloom added that the team has always been very supportive of and welcoming to his Oakland synagogue during the A's annual Jewish Heritage Night, an event many in Bloom's congregation have attended. I like to give the organization the benefit of the doubt, the rabbi said. I really think he wasn't associating the gesture with anything Nazi related. Look at this picture. This is listen, all you can do is just kind of shake your head at this stuff. This is why I wish Nick Cannon did not back down to it, because they have been known, and by they I'm talking about other palm colored people, have been known to do this stuff all the time and they never get scolded for it. I have never ever seen another white person get scolded by that community the way that black people do. And black people don't even throw up Nazi salutes for what? And we don't even say anything anti-Semitic. We just say what we believe to actually be true. But we get scolded for it by that community. But this guy can throw up the Nazi salute, but they give him the benefit of the doubt. They believe it was a mistake. They don't think it was a Nazi gesture. What do you call that then? He did it twice. Hello? Some defended Christensen, including Henry Schulman, a sports writer for San Francisco Chronicle. I'm a Jew and the son of Holocaust survivors. I do not believe after 6 years in the majors and a lengthy coaching career, Ryan Christensen suddenly decided it would be fun to celebrate a win with a Nazi salute. I believe him. Glad he apologized. Let's understand offense. Let's move on. Look at that. This is exactly why do not let them tell you that white people and Jewish people are separate entities. They got on cold for this man who happens to be white. And I don't know what Ryan Christensen's religious beliefs are, but let's hypothetically say he's not Jewish. They got on cold for him because he is a palm-colored male. So don't let them run that game on you that, oh, Jewish people are different from white people. No, they are the same exact people. They just have two different religions. Because see, the thing is, they actually believe that Jewish is actually not a. They think it's a group of people. It's a religion. Anybody could be classified under Jewish, but see, they have cornered the market of that religion that they now classify themselves as another group of people, as if they are another social construct, and they are not. This is just whiteness celebrating whiteness. It's just that one level of whiteness has a little bow on top of it. Let me read to you again. This is someone who said that his parents, that he's the son of Holocaust survivors. I do not believe after 6 years in the majors and a lengthy coaching career, Ryan Christensen suddenly decided it would be fun to celebrate a win with a Nazi salute, even though that's what he did right here and did it 2 times. I believe him. Glad he apologized and understands offense. Let's move on. This is the same group that says never forgive, never forget. But this guy right here, who's the son of Holocaust survivors, said let's move on. Like I said, hypocrisy. Selective outrage. Nick Cannon, I don't know if you can hear this, but this right here is an example as to why we as black people did not want you to do what you did as far as going on this apology tour. Because look at what just happened merely weeks later. If you held your own and stood your ground, you could have used this to back you up. But it's too late now. Granted, we're going to call the shit out because that's what we do over here. But at the end of the day, you had the community backing you. Because we know how that community gets down, especially when it comes to dealing with us. But like I said, this is nothing more than whiteness forgiving whiteness. They are one and the same, no matter if they are Jewish or not. Many of them all have the same goddamn beliefs. It's just that one gives themselves a title and the other one does not. On Friday, outfielder Mark Canha said during an interview with reporters that Christensen had made a mistake. See how on cold they got? They're all coming to his defense. I think he just kind of slipped and he didn't realize what he did quickly. And you can just see the fact that it was unintentional by watching the video. Others condemned the incident, including Seth Brisk, regional director of the Anti-Defamation League. The murder of 6 million Jews, including 1.5 million children, is not a subject for glib analogies, lightheartedness, or exploitation. In an article on the sports blog SB Nation, staff writer James Dater called the apologies from Christensen and the aides laughable and disgusting. There is no way a reasonable, logical person would adopt the Nazi salute without any kind of awareness of what they were doing. The outstretched arm at an angle or just above the shoulder height with no break in the elbow is identical to how Nazis performed the salute. Well, it's some people in there that actually say that this guy was wrong, and I would have to say that they are correct. But the ones that came to the defense for him, see how fast they came to his defense and got on code that quick. Like I said, this was whiteness defending whiteness at the end of the day. That's all it was. That's why I said don't let them run that game on you when they say, oh, Jewish people are different from white people. No, you're not. You're the exact same, just with a title attached. But it's blatant right here that that's what he was doing. That's pretty obvious, but they're not going to break him down like they did Nick Cannon. They're not going to break him down like they did every other black person they feel that says something offensive about them. It's like I said, it's laughable at the end of the day. That's why I cannot take them seriously at all. And neither should you.